What if the universe you've always believed in isn't really ours at all? What if everything we've been taught about the birth of time, the expansion of space, and the very fabric of reality is already collapsing under the weight of new discoveries? The James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's most powerful eye into the cosmos, was built to confirm our theories about the Big Bang, to capture the faint light of the first stars, and to show us how everything began. But instead of providing clarity, it has returned something far more unsettling: images and data that threaten to shatter the foundations of cosmology itself. At the edge of space and time, Webb has found galaxies that shouldn't exist, light that shouldn't reach us, and signals that suggest we may be staring into a universe that is not our own. A Nobel Prize-winning physicist has already broken his silence with a chilling warning: this is not our universe. When Webb's instruments first locked onto a faint yellow blotch in a corner of the sky, astronomers assumed it was just another distant galaxy. But when the data came back, the illusion collapsed. That tiny glowing smear of light wasn't ordinary at all. It was the oldest and most distant galaxy ever observed, formed only a few 100 million years after the supposed birth of the universe. And yet it was massive, far too massive, too bright and too evolved to exist so soon after the Big Bang. According to every model we've ever trusted, there simply wasn't enough time, matter, or energy for something like this to form. And yet, there it was, blazing in defiance of physics itself. Even more disturbing, Webb didn't find just one anomaly. It found dozens, entire clusters of galaxies, all appearing impossibly early, as if the universe had skipped ahead billions of years in its own timeline. Each one stood as a paradox, mocking the rules of cosmic evolution and forcing scientists to confront an uncomfortable possibility. Maybe our understanding of how the universe began is completely wrong. Some of the galaxies Webb uncovered weren't just old and massive, they were completely alien to anything scientists had ever imagined. In the universe we thought we understood, galaxies convert only about 10% of their gas into stars, leaving behind dust and material for future generations of suns and planets. But Webb's lens captured objects that had taken 100% of their matter and burned it into pure starlight. No dust, no gas, no leftovers, just blinding fields of stars packed tightly together in defiance of every law of astrophysics. According to the rules, that's not only rare, it's impossible. These weren't supposed to exist, not in the early universe, not anywhere. So if they aren't galaxies as we define them, then what are they? Some researchers whisper that they could be remnants of a cosmos before ours, ancient structures that survived a collapse and bled into our universe like ghosts of creation. Others suggest something even more chilling, that what Webb is showing us doesn't belong to our reality at all, but may be fragments intruding from another dimension, hidden until now in the darkness of space. To understand why these discoveries are shaking cosmology to its core, scientists turned their focus to the very limits of what we can see. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it moves away from us, carried by the expansion of space itself. At a certain distance, called the Hubble sphere, galaxies retreat faster than light, which should make them invisible forever. By every rule of physics, no telescope should be able to catch a glimpse beyond that cosmic wall. And yet, Webb, it is picking up signals from regions that should be unreachable, light that has traveled across boundaries it had no business crossing. The only way this is possible is if we are no longer observing just the familiar edges of our universe, but something beyond it, an intrusion of light from a place that should not exist. That boundary we once believed was the ultimate horizon may not be a limit at all, but a crack in the cosmic shell, a window into something larger and infinitely stranger than the universe we thought we lived in. Webb's revelations soon forced scientists to ask questions they had once considered unthinkable. What if the universe never truly had a beginning? For decades, the Big Bang stood as the cornerstone of cosmology, the story that explained it all. But the galaxies Webb captured formed faster than physics allows. The light it recorded came from beyond cosmic boundaries, and the structures it revealed seemed to defy every scale of time and mass we rely on. Suddenly, some Nobel laureates began to voice doubts, suggesting that maybe our entire timeline of creation is wrong. Perhaps the so-called early universe isn't early at all. Perhaps what Webb is exposing is not a beginning, but a fracture, a seam in reality where universes overlap, or where the remnants of something unimaginably ancient are bleeding through into our own. If true, then the story of the cosmos is not one of birth and expansion, but of collisions, echoes, and layers of existence stacked on top of each other, with our own universe just one fragile thread woven into a far greater fabric. Among Webb's strangest findings wasn't an image at all, but a soundless rhythm buried in the background of space. While measuring faint cosmic noise, its instruments detected a pulsing frequency repeating at precise intervals, something that didn't match pulsars, gravitational waves, or any known cosmic phenomenon. It wasn't random static. It followed a mathematical sequence, as if deliberately encoded. Some astrophysicists dubbed it the heartbeat beyond time, a pattern whispering from the edges of existence. Theories began to swirl. Could it be the signature of exotic matter, a substance so rare it exists only outside the boundaries of our universe? Or could it be something even more unsettling, a message hidden in the static of creation, designed to be discovered once our instruments became powerful enough? The idea that the cosmos itself might be broadcasting a rhythm no one can explain leaves one terrifying possibility. What if we are not merely observing the universe, but being observed in return? As Webb continued to probe deeper, it uncovered something even more disturbing. An imbalance between what the telescope could see and what the universe seemed to feel. At impossible distances, galaxies appeared to bend light, warp space, and exert gravitational force strong enough to distort everything around them. Yet when scientists searched for the source of that gravity, nothing was there. No visible stars, no dark matter clouds, just empty space pressing down like an invisible hand. These phantom mass fields didn't behave like anything predicted by theory. They appeared like fingerprints from somewhere else, heavy imprints left on our universe by forces beyond its borders. Some researchers now whisper that we may be witnessing the shadows of another universe colliding with our own, its weight pressing against space-time and leaving behind distortions too massive to ignore. If that's true, then Webb isn't just mapping the cosmos, it's capturing the bruises of a reality crashing into ours. A theory once dismissed as fringe has now crept back into serious discussion. The idea of a mirrored universe running alongside our own. For decades, cosmologists laughed at the notion of a reality where time flows backward, where physics runs in reverse, and where everything we know exists as an inverted reflection. But Webb's data has breathed new life into the speculation. In the rotational patterns of distant galaxies, scientists are finding subtle asymmetries, spins that don't match the expected rules, particles behaving as though they're being tugged by another system entirely. It's as if our universe is being pulled in one direction, while something just out of reach moves in the opposite, like two dancers locked in a step we can't fully see. The unsettling implication is that our reality may not stand alone, but is entangled with a shadow world, a cosmic twin that reflects us while flowing in reverse. And if these universes overlap, even slightly, it means we are not just neighbors with another reality, we may already be bleeding into it. One of Webb's most baffling revelations came not from what it saw once, but from what returned when it should have vanished forever. As it tracked a faint light signature drifting at the edge of the observable universe, scientists expected it to fade into silence, swallowed by distance and time. Instead, it reappeared. Not from the same direction, not from the same moment, but with the exact same spectral fingerprint, as if the universe had whispered the same word twice. The only explanations are both unsettling. Either space is not infinite and flat as we believed, but curved and closed, causing light to circle back around like an echo in a dark chamber, or there is something at the boundary, an unknown structure capable of reflecting light across cosmic scales. If the latter is true, then the universe may not be a limitless expanse at all, but a stage surrounded by walls we were never meant to see, and Webb has just caught the reflection of something staring back from beyond them. The James Webb Space Telescope was supposed to be our window into the past, a machine built to capture the glow of the first stars and confirm the story of the Big Bang. But instead of clarity, it has returned a puzzle that grows darker with every discovery. Galaxies that should not exist. Objects that burn with impossible perfection, light arriving from beyond the universe's edge. A rhythmic heartbeat pulsing in the void. Phantom mass pressing down on space-time, mirrored patterns suggesting another reality, and a cosmic echo that refuses to fade. Each piece chips away at the comfort of certainty, at the fragile idea that we truly understand where we are, or what we are a part of. A Nobel Prize-winning physicist has already said it aloud: "This is not our universe." And perhaps that is the truth we were never meant to face. That we are drifting, not in a single cosmos, but at the edge of something older, larger, and indifferent. A reality behind the reality we thought was ours. The real question now is no longer whether we are alone in the cosmos, but whether we are even in the right one.